And welcome back, angels. How are we doing today? Welcome to your weekly astro forecast with yours truly. Thank you for being here as always. What a doozy. What a week, you guys. How are we all doing? I know that Virgo lunar eclipse was she wasn't messing around, guys. How's everybody feeling? We definitely want to take a moment to kind of just recollect ourselves. That Virgo brought up so much intensity on individual levels. What we are really seeing is this big karmic cleanup, you guys. So it's like we had Saturn and Neptune come together in their conjunction, and shortly after this war breaks off, okay? We have a ton to cover. And there's also a ton to let off of our plates because there's already so much mental overload that's happening right now. And I'm actually recording this on Wednesday when the moon is in Libra. And today I can feel the energy shifting of, okay, I know Saturn and Neptune were opposite right now. So that's really bringing up any tension or frustration or blockages around our discipline, our structures, our routines, our rules, our rigidity around things, and kind of this form, right? This Saturnian pressure. And then Neptune. So it's confusing as hell, okay? And there's not a lot of real clarity with kind of the direction that it's moving in. So what does that mean for us? Well, that means that we have to be directional ourselves, and we have to really know what we're doing, where we're putting our energy, and how we want to navigate and operate moving forward. So we want to look at wherever we have Virgo in your birth chart. Now, for me, I have Virgo midheaven, so my 10th house. So for me, during this eclipse, anything work related, career related, that needed clarification, that was a little bit foggy, that was not very concrete or set up around just a deep, solid foundation, kind of fell to the side. So this was having conversations, this was having kind of new established boundaries, because the thing that is going on right now, you guys, is that everybody's having this big, deep transformational change and shift happening in their lives. And what does that mean? Well, for a lot of people, it almost brings out a fear of not having the same person in front of them, and not knowing who they're growing into, and not being able to kind of, keep up with that. All of us are changing our versions of ourselves, our roles, our willpower moving forward, and kind of this energetics of our identity. And as a nation right now, that is completely out the window. There is no sense of identity or union or anything of that matter, right? But this Libra moon is really helping us say, hey, we deserve peace, we deserve harmony. How can I create some solid communication and some mediation energy, and understanding where we're coming from, understanding where this fear, this anxiety, this hesitation is coming from, and get to the root of it and transmute that energy, you guys. And I know that sounds so simple, but it kind of is. And that's really the truth of Virgo, you guys, is this simple nature. What is the method to this remedy? What is something that we can do and create and carve out in our day to add to this dream? We had Mars move into Pisces, so this is making our energetics, our physical energy, our body, our strength, our physical assertion. It's bringing in this undertone of, do I need to surrender to this mood? Do I need to actually move through it and keep working? It's really listening to this emotional component of our physical energy levels. Yesterday I kind of hit a wall. I was doing so much mental work and conversations and emails and all this back and forth. And my body, I sat down on the couch and I just took a nap. I literally just fell asleep for 15 minutes and had this huge reset where it was like, whoa, sometimes we try to get a little bit too into our computing minds where it's like a lot on us and we need to know what we don't have to take on, if that makes sense. Like I said, it's this karmic cleanup. We have Mars in Pisces now. We have the North Node in Pisces, okay? And this is, again, that surrender, that spiritual significance. But on the other side, you guys, this is also full on addressing, misinformation and just this fog that we're seeing in the media, in politics, in the political climate. Like, it is really come to such a head. And this, the benefit, the positive is that everybody on their individual level is seeing what this opposition means to them and is seeing what needs to give, where we're still feeling scared to be vulnerable, where we're still scared, where we're still feeling scared to, to really say the things that need to be said. And we're kind of also seeing this energy of, comfort in all this discomfort. We're almost so used to, not having a say in the world arena, not having information about what's actually happening and not knowing to decipher and discern. That's a big part of Virgo, is discernment, what to do with this information and whether or not to take it on personally. So it really is raising the bar for everybody on their level of communication, on their schedules, on their ability to execute a task. And whatever excuses come up, we're addressing that and we're trying to be more accountable in that, right? And if that's not happening, we know, well, I'm cutting that off and I'm not doing that anymore. Okay, we're raising those standards, we're raising those expectations. And yes, there's some discord from it because we're like, I thought we were on the same page. You know what I mean? But the positive, like I said, is that we have this moon in Libra after that Virgo eclipse. Coming into the weekend, we'll have Leo. Like, it's gonna feel like again, the intensity of that Virgo eclipse kind of peaked everything, pulled out the details that needed to be worked on and worked through with that Saturn Neptune in Aries. Like, hey, this needs my attention and my fight, right? And we worked on those things. We addressed those things. And if we don't, you guys, we're definitely going to feel this kind of Mars in Pisces energy of like avoidance that we want to avoid, because those things will just keep stacking up. And we want to show ourselves a new level of ability to make these things happen and to, just buckle up and do what we need to do, right? And the fact that there's sort of this grief happening. We're seeing the old world dying. We're seeing the old ways just fall apart. And we're seeing what ways that we might be clinging to these old practices, these old paradigms and societal norms. And all of that is being reworked. So it is an exciting time. It is obviously a really messy time as well. And we just need to take the breaks that we need to, disconnect and go back in and really, really emphasize and nurture our own frequency, and it's a lot, you guys. So I really just give you guys, a hug, a virtual hug, and just say, keep going. I know that eclipse season is not light. And this one especially, with so much Mercurial and Uranian energy, where it's very much so we have to let go of the grips of control in order to feel that freedom and feel the antidote to kind of the issues that come up and what we need to do to work through them, to not lose ourselves in stress and worry and have, health issues or body issues come up as a result of that. We really want to be cautious to that and respectful and honor those things that are coming up for us individually, you guys. Okay, so whatever tools you need, look, I have this little ant massager for pressure points. Whatever you need right now, guys, just honor that. The south node on the moon like that with that eclipse, you guys, in Virgo, that brought up all of our old patterns and all of our old complaints and all of this old baggage and frustration, and we're done with that. And it's great. And it's also like, I thought I already did that, but there was some deeper layers that we had to get into. We're still in retrograde. Mercury in Pisces retrograde. And this one has been a lot. That's my fourth house, fourth house. And like, oh my gosh, my ability to like get the words out in the way that I've wanted to has been a little challenging. So for my clients, for my friends, everybody that I've been in communication with, thank you for your patience, and thank you for just seeing me for who I am and not, getting too tripped up on the word aspect right now, because it's hard. Okay. But yeah, like I was saying about the grief, you guys, I'll touch back to that real quick, is that it's almost like we're seeing the phases of grief in the collective. Okay. We're seeing the initial shock factor and disbelief and just not wanting to see, not wanting to believe what's happening. And then after that shock, it's the anger. We're feeling frustrated. We're feeling tricked. We're feeling just all these different frustrating, angry emotions. And then that anger goes deeper into, what are we afraid of? What are the fears, the deeper fears in that? Is it rejection? Is it abandonment? Is it whatever it may be? And then after the anger phase, we're getting into this acceptance phase where we're accepting the new world for what it is. And how are we going to bring our energy to it? How are we going to contribute to that? What are the things that we have to look forward to? The news loves just throwing all this intensity at us, but what are we bringing back, And just keep doing that. Keep believing in yourself. Keep believing in the dream that you're actualizing and that you're working towards. Let that Aries, Saturn, Neptune energy help you get some work done and help you find the fire and the ignited passion again in that realm and in that arena. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. You know where to find me if you're looking for a personal reading. But I've got some more readings that I'm working on in the shop. I've got this awesome one right here. It came out really beautiful. I won't share the name, but oh, gorgeous. And all the handwritten that comes with it. So you guys are amazing. Love you. Thank you for being here. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.